Wetlands are my favourite habitat to watch birds because you just look out there, you don't have to try too hard because the birds are there, they're on the water, it's easy. Simply speaking, a wetland is where water meets land. It could be a reservoir or lake, it could even be a coastal area. But these places are vital ecosystems for birds. You find many, many birds there as well as other types of animals. The bird I'm looking for now is the coot. Coots are really fascinating water birds because they have really strong legs and long toes. They're members of the rail family, so they're not related to ducks at all. And their toes are long, and they have, instead of webbed feet, they have lobes on each toe, and it allows them to swim perfectly. They use their legs also when fighting each other. They often rear back on their tail in the water, and then they lash out at each other with their legs. Okay, I think there's a coot's nest over here. There is a bit of etiquette involved, by the way, when birding, and especially when around nests. Firstly, as Elvis Presley said, only fools rush in. You take your time, go slowly, because if you go too quickly, you're going to startle anything that's nesting. And also, never approach nests very close. Always have a respectable distance away from the bird and never disturb the birds. So I'm here looking across the bank, and I can actually see from a safe distance a wonderful coot, and it looks like this bird already has chicks. It's really interesting that their nests are so big and bulky, yet so well camouflaged, because I wouldn't have seen this nest unless I didn't notice before the adults coming to and fro, because they indicate where the nest is. Coots are quite aggressive, so they're quite, well able to defend their nests against anyone or most predators. You've probably heard of the phrase bald as a coot. I reckon it should be because of the chicks, because the chicks have a bald patch on top of their head, but it's because of the adults and their white shield, which apparently looks like the wigs that the people used to wear back in Victorian times. Coots actively feed their young. They actually have food items and give their chicks the food, whereas ducks, who are unrelated, don't. Yeah, there's a real parental scenario going on in which both birds take turns in looking after their young, but they are very ruthless. If there is a situation where there's a food shortage, they will think nothing of killing the weaker ones in order for the stronger ones to survive. And they also have one brood a year normally, and they build these amazing nests that sometimes, especially when the water level goes up, they can float. So they're quite incredible mounds of material, usually vegetative material, but sometimes they can augment it, unfortunately, with our rubbish, so bits of plastic and stuff like that. Look at that little one there, just about to step into the water for his first tentative swim. These guys, the common coot, as much as they are all over the place, they're still wonderful birds to stop and watch. And these little babies, they're making their first steps towards adulthood.